Chili's
Baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
I want my Chili's
baby back ribs.
I actually don't like the baby.
Neither do I. Nope.
Good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is by you. Welcome back to the Underqualified Knuckleheads Sports Podcast, Ball State's premier sports podcast. I'm your co-host, as always, Daniel Keene. Joining alongside me is Mr. Andy Newman. And to top off the show, I know you're not feeling good, but let me tell you why you're not feeling good.
All right.
How much water do you drink a day?
A J? I don't drink any water a J, really. But a day? I don't know. Probably not enough. About 2 of those Dasani water bottles from downstairs, Aquafina, whatever they are. I think they're Aquafina.
They're Pepsi products, so they're Aquafina.
Okay.
Coke is Dasani. What is preferred, Dasani or Coke?
Dasani or Coke?
Dasani or
Aquafina? Honestly, I'm kind of a great value kind of guy.
Oh my
Those
gosh.
great value water bottles are where it's at.
I'm a big not fan of water bottles.
I used to be a Life Water guy.
I like Life Water.
Life Water's lit, but
Like
it's
if
expensive.
if I have to buy a water, it's a Life Water.
What about a
Fiji's good.
Fiji's good?
But that's like it's
Black
like,
water?
what?
Have never heard of Black Water?
Never heard of Black Water.
Black Water's expensive.
Fiji's good, but Fiji's like
It tastes like Fiji.
you're having a meeting and you need to impress somebody, so you walk in with a Fiji water bottle.
Having a meeting and you need to impress someone. I'll be honest. I think my favorite water of all time might just be just regular old fountain water. Go to a water fountain that's crisp.
What do you think of tap water? It's like
It's all right. Yeah, I mean, it's water, man.
well,
It's all water.
no, but it tastes different.
It's all water.
All water tastes different.
It does. But at the end of the day, it's water.
There's not water that tastes like other water.
There are people that don't drink water. Like, they just refuse to drink water.
Well, I classify you as one of those people.
No, I'm literally drinking a water bottle right now.
You don't drink a lot of water.
Okay, maybe I'm
One Dasani water bottle a day,
new leaf is
maybe
turning.
2.
A new leaf is
How
turning.
many ounces in a Dasani water bottle?
I don't know, 16, maybe.
Not Dasani, Aquafina.
Aquafina.
Let me look this up.
I've heard Dasani is pretty terrible. Like in the general water community, Dasani is pretty far down.
Okay, so 20 fluid ounces.
All right, so there you go.
On an average day, you drink at least 20, maybe 40
ounces of water.
How many ounces of water do you think the average person needs a day?
Probably a lot more than that.
The average person needs between 96 and 120 ounces of water a day.
I drink some fountain water as well, so maybe I get to like 60.
Oh, are you like one of those people? Okay, so I know you have a water
Yeah.
bottle, but let's be real. This is the first time I've seen this water bottle.
Okay.
I saw this water bottle yesterday, and I said, oh, Andy has a water bottle?
Yeah.
That's exactly what came out of my mouth. I came over and I said, I didn't know you had a water bottle. Is that new? No, you've had that one for a while. I just have never seen it. See this pink water bottle? Like, you see this all the time. This is my pal.
The Awala.
This is
you used to have that old one.
So I have a lot of different emotional support water bottles. There used to be a yellow one. Freshman year, it was a yellow Hydro Flask.
Yes.
And then it was a green Hydro Flask for a long time.
Yes.
And then I had a blue Stanley water bottle.
Yes.
That was the one with like the handle on the top. And then I transitioned to an Awala because this water bottle right here has 40 ounces in it. So one of my water bottles is the equivalent to your max daily intake of water.
That's not max.
I
That's
drink
like
at least
min.
I drink at least 3 of these a
Min.
day. That's 120 ounces.
Good,
20 ounces of water a day. And then if I run, I have to drink a little more. So anywhere between I'm averaging. Let me pull out my Garmin because my Garmin lets me log my hydration, which is the coolest thing ever. Garmin, like my watch.
What?
Garmin, Garmin.
Is that a watch type?
It's a brand.
I've never heard of a watch called Garmin before in my life.
Okay, well, you
How?
also only drink 40 ounces of water, so your
your
reputation is pretty low right now.
Is it a watch specifically for water drinkers?
No, it's a watch for. Well, I mean, it's a competitor to an Apple Watch. However, it is more of a fitness based watch than it is.
So like a Fitbit.
Yes.
So it's like a Apple Watch Fitbit.
Yeah, Apple Watches are technically like they do work for fitness. I had an Apple Watch for a long time.
Yeah,
and
it tells me when I'm working out.
Yes. I don't think
Sometimes.
Apple Watches are great for fitness. They're not too accurate on this watch is awesome. It can measure It can measure the same things that most Apple Watches do, but I believe that my Garmin tracks it a little bit more accurately.
Yeah. This is sports. What we're talking
This
about.
is technically sports. So
technically sports.
In the last 7 days, I averaged 120 ounces of water a day.
Loki, all of this has been technically sports, by the way.
Everything is sports. Sports is life.
I don't know if everything is sports, but sure. This is.
But basically, I don't think you drink enough water, and that's why you're sick today.
Well, you know what? You may be right. And you know what? Maybe I'm turning a new leaf. Maybe this is why. Have we gotten some comments on the live?
Yeah,
here?
so we got a comment on the live. Well, one, Allie says, "Go Knuckleheads." Hi, Allie.
Hello.
And then Mackenzie's shouting out that tap water sucks. Thank you.
Well, tap water is fine.
No,
I drink
tap water
it.
Sucks. Tap water.
I get it.
Tap water sucks.
Well, it's Muncie. Muncie's different than.
No. Don't bring Muncie into this. Tap water in general is
it's
gross.
not. It's not that bad.
It's not good.
It's not that bad.
It tastes different.
I'm not saying it's premium. I'm saying it's doable.
It tastes different, and it tastes bad. It tastes worse.
It tastes like a liquid.
Here's okay.
Okay.
First couple weeks I was dating my girlfriend, I said, "Hey, can you grab my water bottle?" And it was empty. She said, "Oh, do you want me to fill it up?" And I said, "Yeah, that's awesome, thank you." And she went to the sink and filled it up. And I was like, "Pause. We have a water pitcher, one of those water that you fill it up and it filters. I only use that.
Good.
I only use that habitually."
I wouldn't fill up my water bottle with tap water.
She is
But
totally
like a
fine
glass.
drinking sink water, and apparently that runs a lot.
Right.
A lot of people I know are totally all right drinking sink water.
I am.
Okay, here's my thing. It is a very first world problem to be complaining about sink water versus filtered water.
Very true. Yes.
However, unless I'm dying of thirst, I won't drink sink water.
Okay.
Actually, okay, wait. I'm going to retract that statement.
It's water.
At least once a day I do drink sink water because when I take my I have a bunch of little I have my allergy medication, my vitamin D, or if I have to take an airborne or something or ibuprofen, I will I have a cup next to my sink in my bathroom and I'll do a little spritz of water. But it's not a lot.
Spritz.
Not a spritz. It's more
spritz.
What's it called when it's not it's only this much? A splash? No,
that is a splash would work.
A splash of water?
A
finger.
A
3
Dixie
fingers.
cup. A Dixie cup of water.
A Dixie cup of water.
A Dixie cup of water.
Good.
I like it.
That's good.
I'm going to go with that.
Were the Dixie Chicks a singing group?
Yes.
Were they good?
Yes.
I don't remember.
I don't look it up.
Comment your favorite Dixie Chicks song.
I couldn't name you one.
Okay. Dixie
Chicks. You know what? The
Top
Dixie
song.
Chicks reminds me of the Hex Girls from Scooby-Doo. Bring them back. Bring back the Hex Girls.
Who?
The Hex Girls.
Wait, is Dixie Chicks not a band? No, the Dixie Chicks are a band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go to Spotify and see what their top song is.
Did
Did you see that Pitbull is dropping a song with Dolly Parton?
What?
Pitbull is dropping a song with Dolly Parton.
Mr. 3059 to Mr.
Oh,
309 to 5. Mr. 309 to 5.
Yes.
get
They're now
it.
just called the Chicks, not the Dixie Chicks. So whatever. Their best
All
song,
right.
their most popular song according to Spotify is Landslide.
Oh.
And I don't really know what that song
I'm
is.
sure that we probably cannot use that on this.
But yeah, I'm not gonna. But
You look it up on your own.
yeah, look up Landslide by the Dixie Chicks. Your song recommendation from your favorite Knuckleheads today.
Not mine,
And then
but
Pitbull.
Pitbull and Dolly Parton.
Yeah, no, it's called. Okay. I listened.
Is
to
it called Mr. 309?
I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was released, but it's called. Well, he released actually a whole album called Track House, and it's for the Daytona 500.
Whoa.
And it's got songs
Mr.
with.
30500.
He's got a song with Tim McGraw on here, but it's called Powerful Women, and it's got Dolly Parton, and it was awesome. I heard it on a TikTok.
You heard it on a TikTok?
I heard it on a TikTok. And it's really good. So
with
I'll
Dolly
play.
Parton and Mr. 305.
Yeah, Mr. 305.
Okay.
Dial it.
All right.
Is that what he says? Dial it.
I have no
think he's saying
idea.
dial it, like dial it up, but he just goes dial it. You know he has a master's degree?
What? Wait, there are some teachers here that I found out are doctorates, and I would have never the fact that some of our professors are doctors. I have no idea how that's even possible.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wait. Sorry. It's an
Nuts.
honorary master's degree.
Okay, so it's like how little Sebastian has an honorary degree from Notre Dame.
Okay, that's fictional, but yes.
Yes, but like, you know what I'm talking about?
I'm actually rewatching Parks and Rec right now. I love
Great
that
show.
Great show.
Great
Phenomenal.
show.
Bum bum ba da ba da. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da, bum ba-da-ba-da. Speaking of songs, you know what's also stuck in my head?
Can you pass me that napkin?
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I need some Chipotle today in my life.
Oh, dude, Chipotle sucks.
Oh, hey, I went to Qdoba, by the way.
Yeah.
Did not enjoy.
You didn't enjoy Qdoba. What is wrong with you?
Chipotle's better.
There's something wrong with you.
Chipotle's better. It is.
Okay, so for like the 15th
The
time.
chips are better at Qdoba.
Thank you.
I don't like lime chips. Who likes lime chips?
I do like the lime chips at Chipotle. However,
Wow.
Qdoba's better. What's your go-to bowl? Wait, actually, one sec. Let me guess what Andy's order is at Chipotle or Qdoba, any Mexican place, because it's probably the same. He gets a taco with ground beef, sour cream, cheese, nothing else.
That is 100% accurate, but it is actually, I do the flour tortillas and I do steak at Chipotle and Qdoba.
Yeah, steaks.
Because they don't have ground beef, I don't think.
No, I don't think they do.
Yeah, so it's just, so I substitute the ground beef with steak.
Have you ever had like carne asada?
Is that like steak with like a bunch of different like sauces or whatever on it, right?
It's not. Well, okay, it's definitely probably steak, but it's not. It is steak, but it's probably a I don't know. Honestly, at Chipotle and Qdoba, it's probably the same cut, but usually it's like a less.
Do they
good.
both have it?
Yes. Well,
It's the same thing. Both of them are the same thing. They're the same.
well, it's steak, but it's.
What is different between the two other than the chips?
Are you letting me finish?
Okay.
It's marinated and then grilled and then seared and charred to flavor. Usually, it's probably just like marinated for a little bit longer in different spices, whereas steak's probably like a very straightforward seasoning. But
Got it. I did not like the seasoning on the Qdoba steak. I did enjoy the seasoning on the Chipotle steak. That's why I like that was pretty much the only difference.
honestly, whatever. Have
I
you
like
ever been
the
to
steak better.
Salsaritas?
Never heard of Salsaritas.
There's one on McGalliard. It's not good.
Have you ever been to Chili's?
Yeah. I'm a big Chili's
Hey.
guy.
And I know we talked about this earlier this week. And it's been 12 minutes and we still haven't talked about sports really.
It's okay.
But
honestly,
you know what? Whatever.
There's not a lot of sports going on, so it's like a lower
Yeah.
day for us.
Yeah, whatever. I would like just to take a moment of silence, just a brief moment of silence for the Chili's of Fort Wayne. I found out today or this week or maybe last week, I don't know, whatever. I found out at some point in time that the Chili's of Fort Wayne will be closing. It's the sole Chili's of Fort Wayne. The closest one will now be an hour away. My Chili's intake will be decreasing immensely. So I'd like to take just a moment to reflect and to remember the good times at Chili's.
Chili's,
Baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
I want my Chili's, baby
baby
back
back
ribs. I actually don't like the baby.
Neither do I. Nope. I don't like the corn either. Why do they give corn to everybody? I don't
I
need
like the corn at Chili's. Corn at Chili's is good.
I don't need
what's
corn.
What's your go-to Chili's order?
I get
Wait,
the
let me guess.
3 for me.
3 for me.
3 for me. I get myself a lemonade. I get myself some chips and salsa, but instead of salsa, I get sour cream.
You dip the chip just in the sour cream?
Yes.
Wait.
and then it's chicken crispers.
Everybody pause the show.
Yeah.
You just dip your tortilla chips into straight sour cream?
Yes.
Andrew Newman.
Yes. I'm aware.
Andrew Scott Newman.
Yeah. It's good. It's good.
To be fair, when I get Chili's, I get salsa, and then I also get a side of ranch. And if you dip the chips in ranch, it's also pretty good.
So like, it's not that.
No, but sour
far-fetched.
cream isn't like a dip in itself. Sour cream is like a dollop that you put on top. It's like an additional creme
but
fraiche.
It could be a dip.
Well, have you ever made like sour cream dip, like with like good stuff?
Nah, I just want sour cream. I could take some paprika on top. That's fine.
Honestly, what if we started a podcast that was not about sports?
I don't know.
Because
we're already way too late
we
into
could do it. Speaking of sports, you heard of this Jared McCain guy at Duke?
No.
So he's
We're getting into sports now. Let's go.
He's a freshman guard at Duke. He's averaging 13.5 points a game, 14.9 rebounds, and 1.8 assists. He's shooting 45.8% from the field.
All right.
Bang average, and a Duke squad that I don't even know if Duke is doing good right now. Duke is 21-5, so they're not doing bad, but...
So why is this guy notable?
Because, have you heard of Amy Cardi?
No.
They have this song on TikTok, and it's called 2 Days Into College. And you've heard it. You've definitely heard it. And it's like a good song. And it was probably a couple months ago, she dropped like the first hook or like the first verse of it. And then like a couple weeks ago, she dropped the full song. So it got like popular again on TikTok. And Jared McCain made a TikTok of him in the locker room singing it, and I don't know if he's dubbing over it, but he sounds really good, and that song has been stuck in my head all year. All year, as in like the last 24 hours.
So that is not all year.
It's so good, though.
Sure.
I'm 2 days into college, and I'm 3 lectures behind. There's this guy, let's name him Colin. He said he wants to be mine, but it doesn't really sit with me quite right, because he doesn't really like the things I like, and I keep locking myself out my dorm in the middle of the night. It's so good. Sing the second verse. Sing the second verse, Andy.
I wake up kind of wired, and I wake up kind of cold. I wake up kind of tired, and I just sleep when I'm old. See, I don't like breaking rules, but I don't like doing as I'm told. So I just float around and keep my head down and hope my life unfolds. Actually, the way that I sang that was probably pretty accurate to what that was trying to be.
It's really good. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. Shout out to him. Also, he's kind of okay. This sounds stupid. This is gonna sound odd, but he's a basketball player at a major university. And he doesn't fit the mold. Like he's doing this kind of stuff on TikTok, which honestly, if you think about a Division I college basketball player, probably not usually doing this.
Gabe Cups.
Who?
Yeah, some guy on IU. That was the first IU basketball. That was the first basketball player I could think of.
Peyton Sparks.
Yeah,
riding the bench. Getting
yep,
the NIL
doing
money.
Great.
But
terrible.
I don't know.
IU
Shout out
terrible.
Jared. You have that song stuck in my head forever now.
Yep.
So I like you.
By the way, IU is terrible.
IU basketball.
IU basketball.
Women's basketball.
Women's basketball. Shout out them. They just beat Caitlin Clark at home. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was packed. We've talked about this on the show, but I think women's basketball in general is better than men's basketball.
Yeah.
Look at it. NBA versus WNBA.
You have talked about that.
WNBA.
I mean, I can't say I'm a fan of either, really.
I don't like basketball, but if I have to watch, it's not going to be.
I like I like college basketball a lot. I like high school basketball a lot too.
I do like Indiana hoops. Since I've migrated to Indiana for 4 years, is good. I enjoy high school basketball in Indiana.
Here's the big thing is I feel like Indiana has tried to build this this reputation of in 49 other states it's just basketball, but I really don't feel
it is. No, trust me.
Like that.
If you go to a high school basketball game in Michigan, it's like whatever. Ohio probably has pretty good high school ball.
Yeah, it's got it. We cannot.
Michigan
be
is
the best.
not a big basketball state.
I understand that Indiana has a lot of the biggest basketball stadiums, high school basketball stadiums in the country. So maybe, but I feel like the overall love for basketball in Indiana and how much it drives the state forward has kind of dwindled over the years. I mean, it was probably really big in the 80s, like Hoosiers and all that, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't feel like it's we have a claim to it being 49 other states. It's just basketball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Speaking of football, Chiefs won the Super Bowl. That's all.
Yeah,
I will
we did
say
not
about
talk
it.
about that last week.
Congrats, Drew Tranquil.
Congrats. Yeah, he did not play a whole lot.
No,
I was kind of disappointed by his playtime.
You think he was gonna?
Yes, I mean he played a whole lot in that Ravens game. He played every down in that Ravens game.
I'm giving the stink eye to the live right now.
Why? He did. Did you not watch? Did you not watch the Ravens game?
Guy's a role player.
No, whoa. He had the most tackles on the team all year.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Tell me he's a role player now, pal. He had the most tackles. He had the most tackles on. Okay.
We're talking playoffs.
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 Talk about playoffs. I just hope we can win a game. Playoffs. Sorry. I again, clearly not 100%. I'm at like a 75, which is a lot better than yesterday because I was at like a 50, if that. It was pretty bad. But you know what? We're living, we're breathing, we're moving forward, you know? But Chiefs winning the Super Bowl, I said it before on this podcast, and I will say it again. I called that after the Dolphins kind of took a massive L to the Chiefs there in the first wild card game that they played. And you know what? I hate to be right, but I was right. I mean, it's going to be another era of fantastic football for one team, dominated by one quarterback and one coach. I see it happening for the next, 10 years. Thoughts?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, it's whatever. Go Chiefs. Go whatever. They're good. Patrick Mahomes. Goat. Whatever. I think everything that happened at the parade really dampened my mood on anything NFL football.
Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like that really kind of sucks. It was a great day. I mean, there was a lot of awesome content and stuff. Everyone was having a lot of fun. But someone decided that they wanted to ruin it, and that really sucks. And I understand that. I mean, it's just.
I'm very Steve Kerr about it. I mean, how much? When are we going to do something about it?
It's a great question.
I mean, this is definitely not a conversation for our sports podcast, but it is because
I know
it's becoming so prevalent that
in sports as well.
I think I think as news people as well. I've covered stories about shootings. I've done reports on mass shootings. I've run briefs on mass shootings, and it's to the point where it's almost not emotionally effective.
Yeah.
I mean, that happened, and we covered it, and the brief comes out on the Associated Press, and we run the brief. But it's not something that when you think this sounds bad. When you think of some of the major mass shootings in our country's recent history,
yeah,
I think as it has continued, there's just less and less of a reaction to it, and I think that's not
good.
That's not good at all.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it was an incredibly unfortunate scene that happened. Obviously, the Chiefs have stepped in to kind of help out with that and try and kind of. I know they're raising funds for the families and those that were affected by that. It's just again incredibly unfortunate for the city of Kansas City, for Chiefs Kingdom, for everyone that was there, for the families that were affected. I mean, it is again an incredibly unfortunate thing to have happen in such a fun time. So.
Yeah, really hard to transition out of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But on the same topic of there's no same topic. You can't really.
No, there's not a same topic.
Transition out of that. But, on the topic of NFL,
yeah, there you go.
That's the best I got here. We're gonna break down some of the potential moves at quarterback. I just think that's going to be something that shapes our offseason more than anything else.
Well, yeah. I mean, are you talking just quarterbacks in general, or are you talking NFL prospects? What are we talking here?
NFL quarterbacks who are currently in the league. So
okay.
Quarterbacks that will be on the move. I think coming off of spring break, I think the combine's next Friday.
It is, yes. I'll be there.
Yeah, so we will not have a show next Friday. We won't have a show next Friday, the Friday after that. We will return on March 15th?
Something like that, yes.
I don't really know.
It's a couple weeks from now. Maybe with Jake Dickman.
Jake Dickman.
I have no idea. I keep saying that. We might never bring him on.
And we'll do a draft, a mock draft at some point.
I like that.
That's one very
That sounds fun.
But the first quarterback,
Zion Johnson, baby. Remember Zion Johnson?
I do.
I thought he was Malik Willis.
Yeah. That was pretty bad.
I know. I'm terrible. I'm not very good about keeping up with NFL prospects. I'm awful.
I don't really care. I mean, it's a crapshoot. You can't tell me that. I mean,
Dylan the Spread Selke will tell you that every pick that he ever makes is completely right 100% of the time. So.
Well, that is a very Dylan Selke thing to say.
Yep.
He's been on our show, right?
He has.
Yeah.
I think
go back and listen to Dylan's episode, and you'll see what I mean.
Yep.
All right, Russell Wilson, he's definitely moving.
You don't think that he stays on the Broncos?
No.
Really?
Guy's gone.
Where to?
I don't know.
All right.
Las Vegas?
Ooh. No.
A return?
Maybe.
A return
Ooh.
to Seattle?
No. Where do you think? Where would he be a backup or a starter? That's a great question.
He gets paid too much to be a backup. No team is going to take on Russell Wilson if they don't plan on starting him.
That's
I
true.
I think the Raiders are up there.
Well, here's the issue: is that Russell is gonna go into this landscape if he thinks that he's not able to get a job or continue his job with the Denver Broncos. There are not a whole lot of teams that are gonna be looking for quarterbacks, really, because there's so many good QB prospects that are coming out of the draft this year that are startable guys right out of college. Like I'm giving Bo Nix, I'm giving Michael Penix Jr.
J.J. McCarthy could start.
He probably, J.J. McCarthy. I'm giving Drake May. Why am I blanking on bro's name? Why am I blanking on
Alabama?
no
Georgia?
USC quarterback?
Caleb Williams.
Thank you, Lord. I was thinking the name Cam Chancellor kept popping into my head for some weird reason.
I don't even think he's a quarterback.
I know he's not. Was on the Legion of Boom, and I couldn't think of anything else other than that. Cam Chancellor was a defensive back for the Seattle Seahawks in 2014.
Yeah.
My bad. Anyway, yes, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, Jaden Daniels, a guy who just won the Heisman. He's going to be up in there. Those are all guys that could start immediately. So there's not going to be a whole lot of open spots for Russell to find if the Broncos do decide to move on from him as a quarterback, which is, not good for him.
Yeah, I think
we do like to talk about Russell Wilson a lot on this podcast, don't we?
we do, but it's kind of bad. Mr. Unlimited is not
Mr. Unlimited.
He's not really limited.
He's like a constant figure in this room.
Yeah, but also from what I've heard I listened to a lot of podcasts about him, and he's not like the best team guy.
What do you mean by that? Like, really?
He
He seems like he'd be like a great locker room kind of guy.
No, like Marshawn Lynch was like it was in his rookie.
Well, it's Marshawn.
I like Marshawn Lynch.
I like Marshawn.
I like Marshawn Lynch better than most NFL players. Guy's real.
I like Marshawn. But it's also
But
Marshawn.
he had like a story on a pod where it was like his rookie season, and Russell had a bad game, and he wanted to like text him and be like, hey, I got your back, and he had to like ask for Russell's number from Russell's agent. It was weird.
What?
And then he texted him, and Russell was like, piss off or something. Like he basically was super unresponsive.
That's odd. Did you see the Marshawn Lynch video of him in Vegas, like going up to every 49ers fan and like saying F you, F you, F you?
No.
Did you see that? That's so funny.
That's pretty funny.
It was really funny. I do like Marshawn Lynch.
I don't hate Russell in Las Vegas.
I could see that happening. Where does Las Vegas pick in the draft, by the way? Because I think there's definitely a quarterback that could definitely fall to them.
Well, they also still have Jimmy G. Jimmy G got suspended, though, for taking PEDs.
Yeah, they did not enhance his performance at all.
No, they did not. They picked 13th.
So that could be like a J.J. McCarthy, Jaden Daniels kind of pick. So they honestly might just draft a QB, which is what I would do.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I think Russell Wilson's career is pretty stalled.
Pretty cooked.
Pretty cooked. Sam Howell.
I think that...
You think he stays?
I think that he'll be a backup. In my opinion, I think Sam Howell will probably be a backup to someone kind of like Loki, which is really funny, Drake May. Now, Sam Howell's also from North Carolina, and he started over Drake May, which is pretty funny. So it'd be interesting to see both of them back on the same team at Washington, and then have Drake May start over Sam Howell instead of Sam Howell starting over Drake May.
Yeah, they do have the number 2 pick. So
and I think that Caleb Williams will go number 1 to whoever gets him. I don't know if that's the Bears necessarily, but
this may just be me, but I'm not that high on Caleb Williams.
Neither am I. I think he has a lot of character issues, and I don't think that he has a lot of
I don't think character issues is the best way to say it. He's very Kayvon Thibodeau with his character. Like, he's very
I don't like Kayvon Thibodeau.
money.
I do not like Kayvon
Thibodeau.
But
But
Kayvon Thibodeau also did Snow Angels next to Nick Foles, who was like half dead on the field. So
that was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was my end of interest in
Caleb
Kayvon
Williams
Thibodeau.
gives me like, I think if you're going into the draft, even if you're a top pick going into the draft, you got to have like your head down. I need to prove it in this league mentality, not pay me what I need or like I need to be the star of the show type deal. I get that vibe from Caleb Williams.
I just don't like him as a leader personally. Like, and I don't like all this flashy stuff that he does with like his painting his nails with like FU on it and stuff like that.
It's whatever.
Just a little much in my opinion.
I will say I'll back him when he like went to his mom after the game and was crying. Like, he's showing emotion. Let him show emotion.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that.
I don't know. I feel like he kind of got a little bit too much of a big head after his Heisman year and his sophomore season. But I mean, he still has a whole lot of talent. Like, that guy could be very, very good in the NFL or very, very bad. I mean, it's either way. It's just kind of what he does, and finding a team that fits him well.
Yeah. Desmond Ridder, the guy is 24. He looks like he's 40.
Desmond Ridder. I think Desmond Ridder is going to be another backup kind of guy. I mean, a lot of these guys that we're talking about, Russell Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo, I know you mentioned him, Desmond Ridder, Sam Howell, all of them are probably going to be
backups,
riding the bench because it's purely just based on how many generational QB talents are coming into this draft. Like, these past two drafts for QBs have been kind of nuts. Like, you're telling me, like, I think there are legitimately 6 guys, maybe probably more like 5 maybe, guys that can start out the gate this year.
Yeah.
I mean, in the draft. I mean, Caleb Williams can start out the gate. Bo Nix can start out the gate. Michael Penix can start out the gate. Drake May can start out the gate. And honestly, I think Jaden Daniels could probably start out the gate too. I mean,
I forgot about Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, all 5 of them, low-key, probably could. I mean, J.J. McCarthy probably might have to sit for a little bit.
I don't think he has to sit that long.
I don't know.
He's one of the most pro-ready quarterbacks in the NFL.
I don't know.
Draft.
I think I said this before on the Fantasy Express radio show. Shout out Fantasy Express. I think that I consider what J.J. McCarthy has to offer as something similar to like Stetson Bennett.
No.
I feel like he seems like a very Stetson Bennett kind of quarterback.
No.
Tell me how Stetson Bennett is different than him.
Stetson Bennett wrote a number 1 defense to 2 national championships.
How did J.J. McCarthy do anything different than that?
J.J. McCarthy, okay, so and I said this on the show like 2 weeks ago. J.J. McCarthy is one of the smartest quarterbacks in college football. And because he played in a Michigan system that favored the run offense, and favored a heavy defense, and favored playing gritty football, they didn't really showcase his ability that much. But on 3rd, 4th downs, when he needed to, especially in the CFP heading to the national championship, he made plays. Think that Roman Wilson throw against Ohio State.
It's a good pass.
Stetson Bennett does not make throws like that. Also, Stetson Bennett was kind of a...
I'm not saying anything character-wise.
Kind of a mean guy.
I'm not saying anything character-wise. I'm just saying I think that I'm not entirely sure how well those skills will translate in the NFL. That's just me. It's very, very game manager-y.
J.J. McCarthy is the next great quarterback out
very
of
Alex
Michigan.
Smithy. Very Alex Smithy.
Say it right now.
Alex Smithy.
Write it down. Put it in your back pocket.
What round 23rd. Do you think Bro goes?
Late 1st, early 2nd.
Oof. Probably like 3rd.
Okay. Hey, he's a steal then. Honestly, I would love... Actually, no, the Lions already have Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I know exactly what you're going to say. It's not happening.
I don't know. I don't really know about Hendon Hooker, though.
Bro had his ACL torn. He couldn't do anything.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything He was a rookie last year?
Yes.
Yeah,
he just got drafted. Remember, I talked to him in the NFL Combine. Yeah. I talked to him before and after every game.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's kind of a jerk.
Really?
Yeah. Hendon Hooker? Yeah.
Oh, really?
A little bit.
Didn't know that.
Just a tad.
Okay, well...
He's not very kind to the media. How about that?
Yeah.
But not everybody is.
Not all the media is kind of people. So
I understand.
Goes both ways. Kirk Cousins.
Whoops.
I think he stays in Vikings territory, and they give him a crap load of money.
Do you think so? I think, he's an unrestricted free agent as well. I don't know. I think they may give him a year contract, honestly. I think it might be like a prove-it year kind of thing. And if he gets hurt again, it's over. It's over. I think that they like what he's doing over there in Minnesota, but it hasn't really gone anywhere. I think that if Kirk really has the want and need to go back to continue to play and then go back to Minnesota, I think that he's going to have to probably just do a 1-year contract and see where it goes from there, honestly. Or like a contract that like could be easily cut after a year or something like that.
Jimmy G, we already talked about him. He's going to be a bench player. Ryan Tannehill, we already talked about him. He's going to be a bench player.
Will Levis will be starting for the Titans from here on out. Yep.
Ugh.
Which, I mean, he didn't do that bad at the end of the year. I mean...
Yeah, he did.
No. Will Levis honestly did not have a terrible showing at the end of the year. Legitimately. Are you looking at Will Levis' stats?
Mm-hmm.
He legitimately did not have that bad of a year.
He had 4 touchdowns. All right, wait. Will
what are you looking at?
Touchdowns.
Bro had definitely more than 4 touchdowns.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
In his first game, he had 4 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah.
In his next 8 games, he had 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Real boomer bust.
Yeah, I mean, but he played better than Ryan Tannehill.
Well, that's not a hard thing.
But he'll be the unequivocal starter.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know what? I did underestimate him going into the draft. I thought that he was not he's going to be a straight up bust, but he's not that bad, really. I don't think anything, but yeah, I guess maybe you're right. Maybe not anything to write home about or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Josh Dobbs, he's going to be a 3rd stringer somewhere.
I don't think Josh Dobbs really will ever get a chance to start again. This year was kind of nuts with how many quarterbacks went down and how many teams were able to just rely on backup quarterbacks this year. There were so many teams by the end of the year that were not playing their starting quarterbacks, which is just nuts. I don't know if we'll ever see anything kind of like that again. Maybe we will. I don't know. Maybe we will. But I think that this year, again, the QB talent this year is nuts. So it's going to be much more. I don't know.
Russell Wilson to the Patriots. I just thought of that.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh no.
Hey, think about Drake May to the Patriots
That'd
too.
Be good.
That'd be a good one.
they have the 3rd pick. So
they do, yeah.
They're probably.
But I think the Commanders probably do take Drake May.
Number 1 pick, if they don't trade it, it's a QB. Number 2 pick, Commanders, it's a QB. Number 3 pick, Patriots, it's a QB. Cardinals, it's
I don't know.
Harrison
I think
Jr.
Yeah, probably. That's probably where
Chargers,
he'll fall. Yep.
Probably taking a big defensive guy.
Yep.
Because Khalil Mack's not doing that well, and Joey Bosa's consistently injured. Giants, I would like to see the Giants take a quarterback. Titans are probably not taking a quarterback. Falcons are definitely taking a quarterback, or the Falcons are trading for a quarterback. We'll see. We'll get into that later. But yeah, Tyrod Taylor, his days as a starter are never happening again. He's going to be a career backup for the rest of his career, maybe a 3rd stringer. Zach Wilson, I would like him to get another shot elsewhere, maybe in Vegas. I don't know.
Why do you just every quarterback that's not great just go to Vegas?
Because do you really trust Aiden O'Connell with the Rock?
No.
Like, come on.
They'll draft somebody.
Yeah, we'll see.
They
Mac
will draft
Jones,
someone.
I would also like to see Mac Jones get another run out, but it is not happening in the Patriots.
I don't think so.
So
Bailey Zappi time.
Oh my gosh, no,
No.
they're drafting a quarterback.
Yes, they are.
All right, and then finally to round out the show, this is just like 5 minutes, but I want to complain about it. The MLB's coming up, and the MLB
They're doing spring training right
they're
now,
doing
right?
spring training, and they're doing like promotions and pictures and stuff.
Woo!
And the new jerseys, Nike switched to Fanatics,
Terrible.
and you can see through the pants.
Yeah, it's
bad.
ugly.
It's bad, and then the jerseys suck. Real ball dropped by the MLB. This is kind of the tip of the iceberg because we're going to be starting talking a little bit of MLB as we get into the start of the season, which is going to be exciting. But
yes,
I think what I was going to say is my challenge to you this spring. I'm going to challenge you to pick a baseball team and watch them and root for them consistently and learn about
the Cubs. I already have a team. It's
Okay,
the
but
Cubs.
like actually watch them and learn.
Fine.
Committed baseball watching.
I don't know if I have the time, but I'll try.
We'll see. All right. That's going to do it for this episode of the Underqualified Knuckleheads Sports Podcast.
That was it?
It's 12:55.
Oh my God! Yeah, you do have to. You gotta start
we
podcasting with
got
Bryce.
we got 45 minutes of good talk, or 40 minutes of good talking in.
We did. We talked about. Let's recap the show. We talked about water.
Yep.
What
talked
else?
about Qdoba and Chipotle.
Qdoba and Chipotle. We talked about some artists.
TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah.
What else did we talk about? We talked about college basketball a little bit.
We did.
Talked a little bit about that. We probably need to talk a little bit more about that when we come back here.
Ooh,
Spring.
as we lean into March, I'm very excited.
The madness is coming. I'm getting mad.
I literally,
crazy.
I don't watch regular season college basketball, but March Madness is everything.
I've started to watch a little bit more regular season college basketball. Honestly, doesn't really matter all that much in my opinion. Regular season college basketball does matter, but I kind of really care when we get into like tournament time. Like conference tournament stuff. That's where it's really at for me. But yeah, no, I think we're getting into March Madness, and I love me some March Madness. So we'll be talking about that too. So don't forget about that.
Perfect. We'll see you guys. Stay safe.
Yes, and as always, we will see you in 2 weeks or sometime after that or whatever.